Hello, people and bots. Grandpa Canuck here, and we're back in Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice mod with our Canada campaign. This is episode part number 5, and it is essentially 1944. The Allies have not been doing well. The British have been pulled out of all of the Middle East except for half of Iraq. Russia has gotten control of half of Iraq, 2/3 of Iran. The British have been pushed back all the way to the coast of Africa, and the Japanese have a toehold I don't think they're going to hold. We were pushed off of Ceylon ourselves. We're trying to get some troops back from India down to East Africa. They're under attack. It does not look good for those troops. In the Pacific, Singapore's fallen. Empire of Japan owns all of Sumatra, all of the Dutch East Indies. The Americans have tried re-landing in the southern part of the Philippines, and they are doing okay. The British still hold the eastern part of New Guinea, Australia, New Zealand, but the islands as far out as Fiji and Samoa have been taken, as well as the Phoenix Islands. We have a unit over here in the Line Islands. The Japanese attempted a landing in Hawaii, but were turned back. We do have one unit up in the far end of the Aleutians at Attu, doing a defense there. Our Pacific Fleet is fledgling, 2 torpedo boats, and 1 minesweeper. Our main effort has been the Atlantic, where we have 3 major squadrons with at least 1 heavy cruiser, if not 2, complete with destroyers, torpedo boats in the far eastern area, and escorts throughout. We're going to need to expand this. We're going to have to see if we can get some convoy help down here south, and we need to get some convoy help on the east side of Africa as well. These areas are having not huge amounts, but they can have large amounts of Japanese shipping. So we need to assist keeping the line open to India. We are no presence in the Mediterranean. The British still hold Malta and Cyprus and Gibraltar. That's it. We have a number of units in southern England awaiting the big one. Here. At least 6 divisions. Some of our most trained are armor, etc. And we're looking to assist the Allies as soon as they try to get a bridgehead. December 1943, the Russians are at Stalino. They have not advanced to Kharkov. They are on the verge of retaking Kursk and Smolensk, and they have almost pushed on to Tallinn as well. So the German Reich is not in a bad position for 1944, especially Italy. Air Force wise, the bombing campaign in Europe is going okay. We have 40 medium bombers assisting in bombing in northwest Germany. We have multi-role and fighters that are maintaining air superiority over Belgium and Holland. Allies are maintaining control over the English Channel. Things are progressing to the point of thinking about an invasion. We'll see how that progresses. We also have a unit helping the British. We have 50 multi-roles assisting with bombing in the Thailand area. And of course we have a maritime command here. And we have been training up a naval bomber unit, which is almost finished training and it's almost full size. So we'll be using them as the primary out of Halifax and moving out this unit, the old flying boats, from there. We hope to expand and develop more air units. Production is going well. We have a lend-lease to England that's been operating for a better part of 2 years. So we are trying to get them needed equipment to get over some of the shortages. England does have logistics problems with production. They are short of most everything except for heavy transport. So we can actually stop the heavy transport. Let's see if there's anything else that has been upgraded along the way here. We have a tendency to throw them all the older stuff. We can't give them anti-tank grenades. Well, I guess we have some outdated ones. Give them some odds and ends to work with. And the outdated Typhoons. And the outdated Spitfires. Okay, let's start her off. The reform government of the Republic of China has capitulated. So the Chinese are actually fighting back against the Japanese. It looks like mainland China is going to secure itself. We need more iron. That's better. Well, we can produce enough steel for our needs now. What do you think, Bonnie and Clyde? Yeah, that's my two green sheet conures. They love getting in on the conversation. Don't you guys? There's the improved our naval radar. We need all of these. Somehow I think we had better do this. I think we may need to land some of our own invasions. You think you got the flu, Master? That's not good. Hopefully it's a common variety that's easily treated. And it's time to finally design that destroyer escort. Now that we have this. Destroyer escorts don't have to have a lot of guns. Let's compare this to the best large escorts. They need to be more powerful and more capable than them. Okay, faster speed, greater range, there'll be better organization and strength, better reliability. Of course, it's going to use more supplies and take 10% more crew. Higher naval attack, better armored piercing. We have a torpedo attack, they don't. Depth charges is slightly better. Anti-air is slightly better. Of course, it's going to use more fuel. Surface detection, much better. Sub-detection, much better. That's because of the radar increase. Okay, and let's compare this against our better destroyers. They should not be as capable. Slower speed, but greater range. Not as organized. Not as strong. Reliability is the same. Less light attack. Same level of armored piercing. Same caliber of guns, just a lot less of them. Larger torpedo attack. Greater depth charge. Much less anti-air. Surface detection better because it's a smaller ship. Sub-detection because it's got the new radar. Okay. So these are not going to be cheap destroyer escorts. $13.82. What's the difference? $67.51. 16. It's only a 1.5% change. Oopsie. What? What you want, Clyde? Okay. Guess the only other thing would be maybe a smaller engine. $13.33. 158. So that would be 36. Well, that's not that big a savings. We'll go with that. We'll order up a couple of those. And that in the lead. They produce quicker than the destroyers, they're just not as powerful as the destroyers. Takes the same amount of resources, just less over time. There we go. We're making all our own steel now. Still getting a little bit of coal and a little of the alloying metals in. Still lots of aluminum. More bauxite that I need. I don't need that anymore. Okay. Ah, 3 ships available, 3 escorts. These are all large escort 2s. So let's send them out to join the home water fleet. And let's send the Columbia, one of the escorts. It's there. We'll have them join the second area. And when they get joined up, there we go. Oh, what kind of an action we got here? 1 American lost. Oh, what do we have? Okay, let's take one of the old ones. They're there. We want them to go to this unit. Oh, that's 2 transports. Why are those on auto now? How did we lose the training unit? How did we lose the training unit? Oh, we amalgamated in both units apparently. Messed up somehow. Okay. So let's take the Quebec, one of the torpedo boats, and one of the escorts. We'll create a new unit. Okay. And I think we're going to put him on convoy escort. Here, here, here. And here. That's a rough one, but we will add to the presence of the north-south stuff going to England. It's not a huge task force. So green water and a blue water. We need somebody to train as a cruiser captain. That will be him. destroyer escort. Okay, so we actually have 4 new constructions underway. When the first one's done, which looks like it's April, we will look at doing some upgrades to the fleet. Our poor boys get over here. They're rebuilt. Get them up to the front up here. Oh, look at that. It adds radars in 3 locations. Including Vancouver Island. Oh, which is here. Cool. Guns, 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 guns. Well, I guess we better get into the medium anti-tank. Well, it'd be good to get into this as well. I think we better get there first. Go, better medium artillery. That reminds me, we have medium artillery on the list. leave that. That's done in 4 days. Canadian Transport lost there. American Transport's lost. More time, steel industry 2. High carbon steel. Steel output from mineral metals +1. Iron input for steel -2. Coal input -1. Well, that's good. Low carbon. Output was +1. Coal -1. Well, that's going to bring us up to peak iron production. We are +13. That's good. And I think we can spare the coal now. We have enough coal. That's good. Beautiful. Hey, that's one of our boats. We also got a German transport as well. The Lachine got that, and Corvette 1 got that. Oh, that's good. Corvette 1 is an escort, large escort 2, and the Lachine is a torpedo boat. Way to go. Manpower, medical research, industrial research. Let's actually go there because we've developed most of the rest. Hudson Watt array. The electronics realm, let's keep the radar going. Yeah, that looks like a good choice. Yeah. Cool. What are we doing here? That's full strength. And it's fully trained. So let's move this out here. We'll put that into the Newfoundland Sea area. We're going to take these older 14. We're not having any problems on the west coast. Can't relocate these out of country, really. You just can't get there. We'll put them there. Nice backwater area for some old planes to give us some cover in case the Japanese do come. The Vickers Warwick. Nice. That's an even better naval bomber. Oh, it looks like we're getting behind on our Typhoons. Need 2 more aluminum. How are we doing on the 7 naval bombers? We have 20 fighters. So let's start a third. What did we get here? Got an Italian submarine. Cayuga got an Italian submarine. Way to go. But we do have 20 fighters. We'll start the new naval bomber unit. Oh, we lost 3 transports. Italians got them. We are hurting for transports, really. We're not doing that great. there anything we're hurting for? Field uniforms, horse transport. Field uniforms. We're not keeping up with what we're giving out. We'll throw another one in there. And we need some aluminum, which we can do by doing that quite easily. There we go. This is not going anywhere fast, this battle. Why are you guys all the way out here? Where are you going? Oh, United Shipyards, yes. Adds one shipyard and 2 naval dockyards. That's our first major one of that bottom 3. Mendes copula. Let's get better gearboxes. Yeah. Just shooting at enemy subs. Can't believe the Japanese are taking over here. I'm back. It's one of my older relatives. If they call, I generally try and they're over 80, so if they call, I try to answer right away. This was an actual oops. They pocket dialed me while they were out. Yeah, Bonnie. They did. See if we can actually start doing something here. That's the new anti-aircraft gun. And we're kind of blow. We're on this one, which is let's get that. That is an AA change. That will affect the what we're producing for the Lend-Lease. Any major changes? Oh, they've got anti-air now. And medium anti-tank. Well, we're not making medium anti-tank. Oh, they've got large artillery tractors. If we want to get into those, we could probably get some from them. They have cavalry equipment coming out the wazoo. And they've got lots of trains. So they don't need that. They don't need that. I don't know why you guys are doing that down there. What this one in Saskatchewan is going to do, I don't have a clue. Let's keep that up to 3. Vesuvius erupts. Hoffmeister falls ill. United Shipyards. That's a big one. Got a long way to go down the middle. 4 military factories. That's a big one. Okay, we have 13 now. So we can actually get going on our increases. Well, I think the oldest ships in our fleet are probably these 1940 minesweepers. Been 4 years. I think we can give them an increase. I think that does it. It's like half the cost of building one. And honestly, bring them all in 20 days. I'll leave 1 out in the unit. I'll bring 3 out of 4 in. get those refitted, and we'll move on to a bigger class. Those efficiency caps up there. Not getting many reports of ships sinking. That's good. Carbon steel. And that ends off the steel production. We're not worried about electrical. We're not worried about aluminum. We got more bauxite. We're not constructing new ones. Oil's not a concern. Farming's not really a concern. Construction speed, radar, construction speed. We don't have lack of resources. Production efficiency. Well, that would lead to a few. I think we're progressing on the other two. Yes, we should probably start moving down the line towards jets. We're going to be late getting there anyway. $31 steel production. You can't lower it. Oh, it's coal. It's coal I'm short. Typhoon. Okay, we can get to the Vampire. What a terrible plane. Their war in Europe's going okay. Second fighter unit still needs about a lot of training, as does that naval unit. Well, the Americans and Australians are coming through the Philippines. They're advancing towards Manila. Oh, looks like Japan or China's had a bit of a setback here. These are all top fighting shape. They are all full level. Doesn't have the horse transport, but I can spare everything else easily. Upgrade him. He actually could use some training with that upgrade. That unit's fully upgraded. Yes. This unit horse transport. Okay, so I got to do something to get rid of the horse transport. don't think I'm using a lot of horse transport in the armored unit. So that would mean the infantry unit. Save 150. I have the uniforms, and I have the light vehicles. Easy change. Okay. What if we motorize the signals? Okay. And we motorize the two artilleries. We have the trucks. That'll save 438. Horse transport. We have the light vehicles. We have the radios. Motorized medium artillery. Don't think I have the heavy transport. I do. I do. We will do that. It's going to save 654. We will do that. Aerodrome of Democracy. I'm way behind here. There's 4 more factories. One more in the medium bombers. One more in the naval bombers. And I keep forgetting to get the gun for the tanks. One more into the Spitfires. Another one into the Vickers. Okay, so I need 15 more aluminum. It's easy to do. I'm only at 10 of 19. Lots of bauxite. Beautiful. Almost have enough to start another multi-role fighter unit. I have lots of light tanks and cavalry tanks. Let's take this unit and see if we can make that to a full-fledged armor unit. No, can't. Definitely can't do that. That would be a waste. I have most of the mechanized, most of the mortar equipment. I don't have the light artillery. I've got everything else. It's going to get me a lot of manpower and smaller equipment, though. Maybe I'm better just to do that. Wait for the mechanized. The motorized equipment isn't that far off. I need light artillery. All but one of the heavy transport trucks. Some of the recon. Okay, let's do that. Get another armored unit ready. Yeah, you're right. You saw that from way over there, did you? Way to go, Bonnie. Except it was Clyde that did it. Yeah, now you tell me. Bonnie had to rat on you from across the room, Clyde. Yeah, I know. Okay. We got it handled. We're on it. Okay, so I've got to do something about my light artillery. That's the light artillery. think I may just start sending individual packages, not what's the US supplies like? What don't they have? They don't. They're short on anti-air. Don't mess with me, Bonnie. This is my table. My mouse is playing on here. You're not. You move over. You got it. Well, what do I have a large amount of? Anti-air. Anti-air. Light anti-tank. Infantry guns. Well, let's start helping other countries. Australia, you're like me, you are stable. You're fine. South Africa. 200 isn't very much short. You're stable. Okay, it's just the big countries. I'd much rather send it to England. Who's left in the Allies? Who's been doing all the work? USA is up to 43%. I'm 7th, about like 1%. I'm 7th in the number of divisions. Industry-wise, I'm number 3 though, behind the United States and the UK. That's where I want to be. And I'm way down the list on casualties. That's where I want to stay. There I am. Biggest of the little guys. And I'm definitely bigger than any of the Axis little guys. I'm not that far behind Italy, probably. Are we on the verge of losing anybody? Not really. We're not on the verge of knocking anybody out either. Well, the Siamese Empire. That's the closest one to getting knocked out. Yeah, we're almost through to Bangkok. We don't need to move any farther to the front because supply is crap here. We don't need to be up here. It's just harder to get supplies for everything else. We can operate from a little farther back. It's getting a little tougher. Japanese are starting to put up a defense. We've been bombing enemy troops. We've only lost 4 fighters, killed 2. Over time, we have lost a fair bit of fighters. Anyway, we're keeping on top of it. Units growing in experience. It's definitely where our fighter pilots want to be. That's where the action is. This is just going out and doing fighter sweeps, keeping the Germans out. Okay, we have a bonus on daylight bombing. So we're just going to convert to daylight bombing only. Gaining experience. We're definitely bombing. Oh, they're slowly getting experience too. Fighter unit is still level 3. Start another bombing unit. Okay, these 2 escorts are ready to go. Let's send them Let's send them to this group because it's short. You guys get to jump in the fray. We're still slowly redoing. Oh, because we only have one working at it. That's fine. We've got another one coming along in November. There's the Russian front. Pretty stable. Hasn't moved. Okay, there's the standard gearbox. Now we got to look for the right gun. It's not the 88. I don't have the background guns to get it. Okay, we're caught up with the naval. I think we had one more to refit. This one. We'll do that. Let's look at our tanks. Okay. You have a better radio now. We don't have the command cupola, or it can't go on this model. You have a better gearbox. Better gearbox and better radio. Might as well do them all. Yep, just the two things. And we can upgrade all the ones that we have. Do I speak American? I speak Canadian English. Je parle un peu français, a little bit of French. Those are my two languages. My French is very, very poor. I don't use American slang. Are you playing as Northern American? I'm playing as Canadian. Playing as the Dominion of Canada. And my birdies want to comment. I have two green cheek conures who love getting in on the action of talking. This is the Black Ice mod as well. If you're familiar with Black Ice, I'd love to hear your comments. If you're not familiar with Black Ice and you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, time to upgrade another ship. April 43. These are the old American Lend-Lease ones. I can't do anything with them. You're from the desert. You neither have snow or ice. Well, we have deserts up here. They're called tundra. They're kind of like deserts, just cold. That's in northern Canada, not in my area. I am from this area around here in southern Ontario, which is exceedingly good weather for most of Canada. This strip here between Detroit and Buffalo is the area with the second best weather in Canada. The best area for weather is probably Vancouver Island and Vancouver, this area here. So what desert are you from? Are you American desert? Are you Mojave? I've traveled out this way. I had a flat tire on a back road in Arizona once. No, it was Nevada. Yeah, it was Nevada. I had to get into Searchlight and then get into Henderson to get tire replacements. Western Texas. So you're down here. Cool. I've driven through your area. I went through Mexico. Of course, being a tourist, I had to stop in Roswell. Stopped at some tourist traps in West Texas. I made my way down to see the battleship down in Houston when I was down that way. Oh, up here, Houston. No, it's not in Houston. It's down here somewhere. And of course was up to see the Alamo and other sites, etc. Whataburger? No, I don't think I bothered having Whataburger. That trip was about 15, 16 years ago as well. What ships do I want to upgrade? I think I was looking at those cruisers. Any more 43s? Those are April 43s. Oh, so are the large escorts. That's February. Most of these have been upgraded to Type 2s. That's getting upgraded. Okay, let's upgrade the large escorts 1943 February. '44 May upgrade. It's Dallas and Houston. No El Paso. What is it? Is it Corpus Christi? No, that's Florida. Where is the battleship Texas? Galveston? I know a little bit of geography. I know the area. Corpus Christi is Texas. Okay. Oh, these were already upgraded. They just need the radar. They just need the radar. Oh, that'll be a quick upgrade. We can upgrade them both. I'd like to ask you a question coming from Texas. You're about more southern, but fairly west. You're definitely not East Coast. You're not West Coast. You're not Florida. Why do you refer to your country as America rather than the United States? And why do you call the language American rather than calling it English? And if you do deem it as a different language, how do you see English is different from American? I'd like to understand that. Okay, let's find those boats. We call USA America because honestly it's easier to say, really, it than saying the full name. Well, I would use USA as a short form for United States, but okay. America is easier than USA? Saying its full name. I don't know why, but it's natural in a way. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna guess you're under 40 as well. I'm in my first half of my 60s, and I've traveled a lot in the United States, but a lot of my travel was when I was a lot younger, like 25 years ago or more, and mostly east of the Mississippi and the adjoining states to the Mississippi. I spent a summer in New Orleans. I've spent lots of time in Florida. So I'm familiar with the old Dixie South. Oh, you did it as a joke. So, like, you want some Canadian slang, you hoser, eh? I'm sure some of my Canadianisms will slip in there. I do say like a little bit more than most Americans. I'll try and adapt here. What are you guys squawking about? I'll run right down that. Maple syrup can have slight varieties, but most of the maple syrup comes from places like Vermont and up here in the Northeast, so it's pretty much the same. Vermont and Maine, New York State, their maple trees are pretty much the same. My area down here has a lot of maple. This whole southern region has a lot of maple trees. Once you get up here, the maples give way to other trees. Once you cross this kind of darker blue line area, not quite that blue line, but so to speak, up there. So the maples trees were dominant in the St. Lawrence Valley and into the Great Lakes. It was a bigger thing in Canada, but it was also very, very popular in the American Northeast. So the maple syrup is pretty much the same. There's not much of a variety difference in the trees. It's the time of year and how quick the sap is moving really that affects the taste of the maple syrup, how thin and how dark it is. I guess I am Canadian if I could lecture for 5 to 10 minutes on maple syrup, though. Oh, you birdies. think I'm hurting for anything. Still mechanized. It's only a 90-day shortage. So my other big question about people from Texas is Texas chili. Texas chili isn't supposed to be made with beans, but a lot of people up here in Canada, if you say Texas chili, they are just making a spicy chili, and it has beans in it. So we have as much misunderstanding about Texas chili as you guys do about Canadian back bacon, which is from an entirely different cut of pork than ham is from. It's from an entirely different part of the pig. It's cured differently. It's treated differently. It's got different butchering, so different bone structure where it's coming from. It doesn't taste like ham if you get proper Canadian back bacon. And the Americans totally blow that when they try to do that. And our equivalent would be Texas chili. Yeah, it's more of a lack of beans, not necessarily spicy. Yes. Yeah, I've looked into it, and I really appreciate cultural food differences. The Old South with their grits, which I don't really care for, is another regional distinction in this neck of the woods down here. Texas chili. Philly cheese sandwich is definitely a Northeast item. And the best seafood is probably out of the Boston area. I'm not a big seafood fan, but the best seafood recipes, Boston clam chowder, etc. We have our regional things here. There's something called a beaver tail, which is like a sweet bread, which is deep fried, and then it's coated with butter, usually brown sugar, and it could be ice cream or various icing sugars or other things served up, and poutine, which is gravy and cheese curds on hot French fries. Those are very, very Canadian. Poutine comes out of French-speaking Canada. I think I need another officer. Oh, I have one. So he's designated as training officer. So what country do you like to play in Hearts of Iron? Everything is bigger in Dallas? I thought it was just Texas in general. Everything's bigger in Texas. Small countries like Austria or Hungary? Well, Texas has a unique heritage, and it's okay to be proud of that. My ex-wife and her husband wintered down in Texas, so they tell things to my kids, and my kids tell me, so I get the odd Texas story coming my way. There's a lot of Canadians who have gone down in the medical field, nurses in particular, down to Texas. Canadian Infantry Corps. These are all pretty standard things. Hey, we got another U-boat. The Matinee. Got an advanced German sub. Way to go. Keep them at bay. I'm a Coke Zero fan. I don't mind cherry Coke, and if I can go to one of those fast food places where you can mix your own and they've got a Coke machine and I can get Diet Coke with cherry in it, that's good. My secondary would be an A&W root beer. Root beer. Hires isn't bad. And there's a few other brands. And so if you're talking just Coke as Coca-Cola or Coke in the broader term of pop, American word is soda. We use the word pop instead of soda here. That's a Canadianism. So it's called soda pop. The Americans chose soda and we chose pop to go by. Yes, I've heard that about a number of places in the United States where the word Coke is used for soda. That might be something that's more southern United States than northeastern United States, or it might be western and southern regionalized. But I've heard that is common. So Coca-Cola, Coke Zero, and root beer. And are you familiar with A&W? A&W root beer? can't remember whether A&W stretches into Texas or not. Well, we're past June 6, 1944, and I don't see an invasion here. And I don't see one in the planning. And we've got the Japanese taking territory. My God. We're actually getting cut off. Japanese have actually landed in Africa. Holy crap. Oh, well, MacArthur, you've got to get through up to Manila here somehow. I never had A and W, but I know I saw it somewhere here. Hopefully, you're not wrong. Okay. Brown, kind of cartoony logo. They specialized in burgers and root beer when they came out in the 1950s, so they're still known for their root beer. Quite famous for their root beer. Oh, I've got ships completed. Cool. Start refitting more. Slightly better than both. I am not a Dr. Pepper fan. I think it's just too sweet. Mind you, some of the root beers can be pretty sweet. Night vision. We're going to 90% on that. I'll take that. This war is getting very stalemate. Somebody's going to have to develop the bomb. Ooh. What's going on there? Supermarine Spitfire Mark 14s. Germany is doing Germany again. Yes. The Allies are not coping very well. Okay. It's artillery. I don't care about that. I have to have Canadian officers. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. This is going to be into 1946, this war, for sure. Stands against fascism. Well, it's about time they made that statement. Okay, time to start another production. Might as well get another one going too. Early turbojets. .88mm. Finally. Fighter escorts. Now, will that allow me to develop the tank? Yes, that's the one I've been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting so long, better do that. Take care of yourself. Okay, how's the Air Force developing back home? That wing is ready to go. Well, I guess that's where the fight is. So that's where we go. Italian and Japanese uniting in East Africa. Oh my God, what a mess. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. Great. Great, 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 great. Lost a whole bunch of troops on the way over. 60% of my guys. I've lost more guys trying to sail to get to the front than I have at the front. Huh. Really? What a mess. What a mess. Schmellebass. There's no way all these units can be supplied down here. British Army in East Africa is just nuts. Look at all these Japanese. Approved transport ships. A Japanese submarine in the middle of the Atlantic. Okay, well that's a first for the Canadian ship. Well, Kharkov, they've got Smolensk. Very slow advance by the Soviets in September 44. Ooh, what's going on there? Iron. That's not working. Okay, the Micmac got another sub. Hey, one of my aircraft nailed small submarine improved. Way to go. They're almost done training. They're fairly well along as well. Fighters to start another unit. Tempest. Well, that's maxed out where it's going. Well, I can start down the heavy bomber lines, I guess. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Need to extend. Extend, extend, extend. Nukta, New Waterford. It's been a research slot finally. It needs to be retrofitted. Missed it. Well, this is a mess. I don't know how we break Italy. Don't know how. My God, they're getting through to the Belgian Congo. World War II in Africa. Looks like we're getting pushed back in we are starting to take losses over here. Wow. Well, I'm clearly the third most powerful ally. That was one of my goals. But we're not able to push. No attempt, somewhere 44 to make a landing. We can't make any headway against Japan or Italy, it seems. My little navy doing fine, but very, very interesting war. I don't think I've had one where I've seen this happen in 44. Fascinating. Americans are still unable to push up into Manila. The AI just isn't branching out. This game is really an AI versus AI more than my participation as Canada. It's designed as a major support role. New self-propelled artillery is coming in. Got about a third of what I need. Well, we'll start it in anyway. So it's in addition for now. Not happening. Well, an interesting predicament. I think I've progressed as far as I can for this evening. I think we will leave it here and pick it up next time. So this is Grandpa Canuck. I'm going to sign off. So anybody watching this on YouTube, if you want to see more playthroughs of other countries in Black Ice Hearts of Iron 4, please subscribe. Please send me comments or questions. And like the videos that you see of mine that you enjoy the most. That way I know which content to spend more time putting out there for you people. So until next time, Grandpa Canuck signing off. All you people and bots, be good to one another. Take care. Bye-bye.